if we didn't have the public hearings. So it's submitted with the USDA loan, but looking at the paperwork that I got from the Trenton, it's great. Capital project sales tax. Right there on number B, it's stuck. The first thing that jumped out on me was courthouses was one of the main things you could use it for. But when you were pushing forward with the penny tax, it was almost a conjunction. It was simultaneous, pretty much. May 1st, you went to the communities for their inputs. In June, I think is when the newspaper said you were pressing forward with your courthouse. So
that money wouldn't use.
And I'm just saying, that's what, and all this, and where were the public hearings on it? Again, if you have proof that you had public hearings, I'll be happy to acknowledge it. But it should be in the county newspaper. The county newspaper just told me 2 days ago.
I think some of it may go in the T&D correct on timing because the newspaper.
That's not a county newspaper.
It's circulated in the county state law allows me to ask several times. Sometimes you have a week or Tuesday, like say Wednesday, and you try to put it in the Bamberg paper, you're not going to see it till the following week. So that's why it's done in the T&D, I think. Am I correct? Because you wouldn't see it.
Well, could we get a group for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all I can. I'm looking at. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Alden.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next president. Raymond Dulinza.
Excuse me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Councilman, thank you for allowing me to speak here tonight. Mr. Administrator, appreciate everyone showing up tonight as well. I've got some proposals and ideas for improvements that I would like to impose upon the council and the administration. Some things that I've been thinking about. You'll bear with me, I've got 5 of these. So, number 1, I believe that county improvement should really begin with infrastructure improvements. So, one of the ideas I have as far as improving our infrastructure would be to promote and propose the widening of Highway 78 throughout our entire county. This road has been 2-lane for a very, very long time. It is a heavily traveled highway, as we all know. It's almost impossible to pass a vehicle on that highway, and in some spots it's entirely dangerous. So my proposal would be to start with the widening of that highway through our entire county, which would promote traffic flow, which also promotes business. My second proposal is to take the Civic Center here in town, which is currently being used for the city police department, and turn that into a multi-use law enforcement center or complex. We could house the city police, the sheriff, the 911 and emergency management center all in that building with some remodeling and some improvements. And this is in opposition to using the hospital as a law enforcement complex. Number 3, I'd like to appropriate funds to demolish the hospital building as it stands in its entirety, or appropriate and approve the sale of this building for other means, such as a nursing home or extension thereof. And this could be sold to a company such as Pruitt Healthcare, who is in the nursing home industry. Number 4, I'd like to cancel the total remodeling of the old courthouse as it currently stands and turn that courthouse into a museum and a railroad memorial. Number 5, build a smaller, new, modern courthouse using proceeds from the sale of the hospital building. Those are my 5 proposals. And if any of you would like me to email those to you, or if you have any questions about them, I'll be more than happy to answer.
Friends, answer a couple of those 3 real real quick.
Sure.
First one, I think, is idea to improve widening Highway 78 through the county.
Yes.
All right, first, that would be a project that you need to talk to Justin Bamberg about. Obviously, that's the South Carolina road. That's, they would have the, yes, the US highway rather, but you'd have to contact either a state representative or a federal representative on that. SCDOT would handle all that. The county has no governance over that. The second thing, you had the Bamberg Civic Center, multi-use, public use, public police, law enforcement type center.
Yes.
That is, of course, is a city building. You know, we have to get them and everything to do all that. So that was the second one. The third one, you said appropriate funds to demolish or sell to a nursing home, something of that nature. We have spoken to Fluid Healthcare over the years. They do not want that building. They really can't get any more beds, is what they're telling us and everything. We had that building appraised. If somebody was in it, it was worth $1 million. If nobody in it, it's worth $1. Basically, that's what the building's worth. It's not a lot of use.
Demolish it.
So that's what we had there. Fourth, you had council remodeling the courthouse, turning it into a railroad museum, I believe. I'm trying to write fast. You can talk kind of fast.
Well, you can turn it into a museum and or a railroad memorial.
Or railroad
Of some sort, or a railroad museum.
And the fifth was, what was it?
Fifth?
The fourth was the council total remodeling. The fifth was remodel courthouse. I didn't catch that.
The fifth was to build a smaller, new and modern courthouse.
Small and medium. Okay. You know, that one now, you're looking at, I mean, that, even to build a small new one, you're looking like the building right here was what, how much was this, Joy, total price on it? Right at $4 million, so you know, I mean, you're not gonna get much for $4 million. $6 million next door, you know, you got buildings, we remodeled and looked pretty good, so I mean, it's a situation either way, but there's a lot of good points there, but I just wanted to clarify some of them, you know, it's not in our jurisdiction, it's just, I mean, that's very good, yeah.
And I take into consideration that I don't know as much about the details as you all do.
Well, we love you coming.
But these are just thoughts that came to my mind.
Ideas.
That's what I'm saying, we should try.
Very welcome. Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir, thank you, Mr. President. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
That's what we need. We need people to come with some solutions, some ideas. We know we don't have all the ideas.
Excuse me.
We don't have all the solutions. That's why we do invite you to come to the county council meeting. We need help too. And this is a good way of doing it. This is a good way of putting your ideas out there, see if we can work them into the part that we have, and then maybe go to the city and work together. We've got to do all of this together.
Mr. Preston, next person, please.
Carol Durgan.
Is she in? I didn't know she was that. I didn't know if you were outside, I just wanted to make sure you got you. Thank you, Ms. Durgan.
I was here months ago, and I asked about painting the bumps yellow. They only take number 1, soda bottles and stuff, and milk cartons. But I thought it took 1 through 7. Who's in charge of it? 1 through 7. But they make us take everything out in milk cartons and soda bottles.
Let me get an answer on that, because a lot of it is driven by the market. You can only take what we can say. So I'll do that.
There's a meeting place, and maybe if we pull these chairs in a little bit, and pull these in a little bit, maybe you could get a row of chairs against the wall to face in, and over here to face in. Okay, another thing is, how can we approve minutes we haven't seen? No, so where we're gonna find them?
They'll be posted on the website after we approve.
Yeah, after they're approved, after the
So
council.
we approve them.
No, no,
Yeah.
yeah, we see it, we'll be approved, yes, ma'am.
And all the minutes from past meetings are on the website.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the job you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Durgan. Thank you for coming and making your voice heard, we appreciate it. All right, Mr. President, fourth person.
Dean Fraley.
Come back and holler for the face. Just want to make sure you wasn't out there in the lobby, sir. Is it Frey Lick or Frey Licks? Frey Licks. Where they at, yes?
Start with, thank you for moving, letting us speak earlier. I think I asked last time, I can't remember anything exactly. Couldn't we have maybe more than a monthly meeting where we can have a bigger discussion time? Two, I think we have the ability in this county, matter of fact, in this building, if I understand right, some people can take their phone and look at all the cameras that's in this building and see what they want to see. So, if somebody can do that, I'm sure that if somebody can figure out how to make this meeting work on those cameras outside.
TV's outside.
Right. Yeah. And, we've had plenty of time to get that accomplished in a minute.
Let me stop right there. We are looking into it, Mr. President. That's gonna cost around, what did we say on the? $4,000, I think that happened.
Oh, you can do it free.
Say about a year ago, we can't spend more money than we take in. Seems like we're doing that. Last month I fussed about paying a CPA as much as we were paying to assist with its paperwork. I spoke with a private CPA and they said that roughly $80,000 is reasonable for somebody with that much experience and all. And she said, yes, somebody that didn't have that much experience and wasn't a CPA could do the job, but there would be a large learning curve. But they also said, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. I mean, we're just spending more money we're taking in. And we borrowing more money, borrowing more money, borrowing more money. Just like that. Talk about spending $6 million on the courthouse. Does anybody know the square feet on the old courthouse?
Not top of my head at all. Yes, sir, we do.
I would guess it's 15,000 square feet. I'm sure I've been in construction for about 40 years. You know, $6 million won't touch remodeling that building. It'll touch it, but it won't come near $6. So we need to be more considerate about the things that we spend money on. I mean, we just got to quit spending money that we don't have. And we know there's probably 70% of the money that comes in Ms. Alice's office over yonder. Y'all 7 folks and Mr. Preston's company can't spend it because it's done designated. The school and fire department and other things. That don't leave much money, y'all. It just, the numbers don't add up. We've got to start spending less money, one way or the other. And I was asked not to say a whole lot, so it's just plain basic. We can't spend as much money as we've been spending. We can't borrow money that we can't pay back. When you borrow money and you don't pay nothing but the interest on it, that means our grandchildren will have to pay it back. If our grandchildren stay here. And as it is, y'all know as well as I, most people are moving as quick as they can out of this county. And if they ain't moving, they're getting another resident somewhere else and paying some of their taxes somewhere else in other counties. So, I'd like for y'all to study harder on how we can spend that money. Thank you.
Thank you much, Mr. President. Thank you for coming tonight. Mr. Preston, the fifth person, Brad Hudson. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chairman. First off, I'd like to say thank you for your apology. Even if she didn't accept it, I think that speaks highly of you. I'd also like to see an apology for Mr. Comer, Ms. Deanna Berry, the way he spoke to her towards the end of the meeting. I'm not sure she's here to receive that. I'm not sure if I can give the council some information. Am I allowed to do that?
What do you have? Oh, you mean information like that? Yes.
The Bamberg County, concerned citizens of Bamberg County sent 6 letters, Freedom of Information Act letters to Chairman and to Mr. Preston last week. And in there is a copy of those letters. I want to go over what each one of those requests are so it'll be on record. The first is we'd like a complete list of all Bamberg County employees by name, title, or position, and salary.
Yeah, you can. It's public information.
Our taxes.
The reason being is when you look at your budget, you group all the salaries together, so we don't know what people are making. The second one would be any and all RFPs related to the production of the videos on the Bamberg County website and who was awarded the contract to create them. Third, any and all RFPs advertised by Bamberg County or Preston Consulting LLC on behalf of Bamberg County since 2012. Next, a copy of the penny sales tax referendum of 2013, where the money was borrowed from, how much money was borrowed, and an expenditure list for every dollar spent. Next, we request any and all contracts / leases offered by Bamberg County from 2012 to 2019, including the service contract and the amount of each contract. Lastly, a list of all employees or contracted employees who have county credit cards or expense accounts. Additionally, I request any and all itemized credit card statements and or expenditure statements for all Bamberg County employees who have any credit cards or expense accounts. Those were certified mail last week. I just wanted each one of you to know what we are requesting as far as that comes. I've also included a copy of Mr. Preston's contract, which was requested last meeting. Hopefully, if you have not read it now, you would take time to read it. I would like to read a section to you. On page 2. May it be on record that this contract was voted by all 7 of you in favor of all 7 and signed by Mr. Clint Carter as chairman. It says on the bottom last paragraph of page 2. Now, let me remind you, I don't have a law degree. I am educated, but I'm not educated in understanding contracts. But I think anybody in this room can read this paragraph and realize that there is a problem. As part of the contract relationship between Bamberg County and Preston Consulting LLC, Bamberg County does not exert nor direct how, when, or where Preston Consulting does its work, except that an employee
or contractor of Preston Consulting LLC shall be available at county council meetings, which are generally held one time per month. Bamberg County does not specify hours of work or days of the week, as long as its job is done. Nor is Bamberg County direct what its contractors or employees of Preston Consulting LLC utilize in performance of its contract, or what its supplies or services are contracted by Preston Consulting LLC. Preston Consulting LLC is free to enter other contracts for other or similar services as long as its duty of loyalty and confidentiality does not conflict with the interest of Bamberg County, and may seek out other businesses or business of other counties and may maintain a business location other than Bamberg County. Preston Consulting LLC shall provide qualified personnel to perform services for Bamberg County, but may hire, train, and employ its employees utilizing its own method of training. Council, he works for us. But if you read this contract, we work for him. We work for him. He makes $130,000 plus a year. I want this contract. If I had this contract, I'd work 12 days out of the year, and I'd be on a cruise ship for the rest of the year. I asked for his resignation last month. It seems that we didn't get that. But we do need 90 days written notice to him that we are not accepting this contract again. And that's going to take 4 of you to vote that it automatically renews in November. We have to give a 90-day written notice to him that we are not accepting this contract again. So please read over it again and vote no. We need 4 people to vote no. Do I still have a few seconds?
You go ahead.
As several have said, again, on behalf of the concerned citizens of Bamberg County, we cannot borrow any more money. We're not in a position to. We're in debt, as you well know, and I'm asking if we with you not to take out any more loans, not to borrow any more money. As for the 1% sales tax, I had some questions about that and didn't fully understand that, but why can we not generate ideas where we use the 1% sales tax and use that so it would generate money? I lived in Hartsville, South Carolina when I went to college, and they had a 1% sales tax. And with their 1% sales tax, they built, now they're a bigger city than we are. They have Sunoco and the nuclear power plant, but they used their 1% sales tax to build a state-of-the-art sports facility complex. They host tournaments all year long. Since that has been established, there was like 3 hotels when I moved there. There's probably 6 additional hotels. Now that's not the only means that they make money, but they use that 1% to generate future revenue by investing in something that would produce money. And so that's one idea that I have. We're a sports-centered town. We love sports. That's all we do in Bamberg County is get involved with sports. And so, some thinking on that along those lines, if we could generate some more thought on how we can designate projects in the 1% that would produce revenue for our county. Lastly, I would like to know if you could answer this question. You might not want to answer it right now, but what is Donald Kirby's position with the county?
I'll listen to the questions tonight, I'll give an answer.
Okay, written or? Thank you.
Yeah, good.
Bandit didn't want to answer now. There you go, Brad.
All right, we got 6 persons present.
Yes, Reverend Brutus James.
Mr. Rubens Jameson.
Mr.
Kind councilman, council, everyone here tonight.
Thank you very much for being here this evening. Appreciate it, Mr. Jameson.
I'm a preacher and a pastor over 40-some years.
I appreciate it.
And I listen at the young man speak. And it's the kind of ever growth kind of councilman. And the burden of people, the taxes, we just built this building. All right, we didn't want to remodel the hospital, the old courthouse. We cannot do all these things, we're a small kind. And we need people in place. Not everything one man say, yes, buddy. We need men, women, to run this county like it should be. Now, listen at the young man that's speaking. 2008, I put in 3 requests to speak with the president. He never called me back to find out what I had to say, what my concern. And I go with this young man that represented the concerned citizen. It don't make sense. I bought a 2008 Toyota Camry, 2014.
Who you're what, sir?
Toyota Camry.
I mean, so what's spelled out? I mean, you said Camry?
Yeah. All right. The dealer bought the tags. Bought in last year in August. This year I get a bill in the mail saying I owe $380-some for tax, property taxes. I pay property taxes. There's enough taxes with me to fill out our tax form during the year. Road tax, this, that, and other. You're killing us. Ain't no one gonna come in here in the time when you treat the people like dirt. We need people to do the right thing. This is small kind. You can't do everything in 3 years. Remodel the hospital, the old courthouse. They just bought this building, got to be paid for, and they look what, all we got to be paid for, and just keep putting that on us. If I knew what he was doing, I never would have bought the motel. So you don't want people to strive in this kind. I hadn't got it up from 2008 of January over till now. Because this, that, and the other. So we need people to work with people and to do the right thing in this kind. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you, James. Coming tonight, we always appreciate you. Is there anyone else to speak tonight, Mr. President? Does anybody else in the crowd want to say something, or did you need to?
I'd like to just ask one question.
Stand up, please state your name.
Larry Brown.
1 second.
Why?
1 second. 1 second. I'm sorry, I just gotta get your name down.
B-R-U-M-M-E-L.
All right, spelling is B what?
B-R-U-M-M-E-L.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
On the 1 cent sales tax, why are we always borrowing? Why aren't we waiting until the money comes in and then spend it? Why are we borrowing? That you guys should be able to answer that now.
Mr. President, would you like to clarify?
I can, well, the best I can. The way the program works is you have a history of collections for that capital project, that 1 penny sales tax. The county knows how much it's going to collect each quarter. And then that commission will see the history of those collections. They then determine the size of the bond issue that they can do based on the history of those collections. And then they take a conservative approach. They don't use 100% of the collections. They, I think, work around right at 80 to 90% of that amount of money, and they issue that bond on it so that the communities participating with projects to be able to get the money to do their projects over a period of time.
Why wouldn't we wait a year?
And I can give them, well.
I mean, why do we have to borrow on what we think's coming in? Why couldn't we just wait a year and then give the money to the project?
I can't answer that completely right now, but I can give you a legal, I can talk to our attorney about that.
I'm not saying it's illegal, that's common sense.
No, you're not saying that, you're right.
The way things done is the way it has to be done.
So we can't change it, but it's always been done that
I'm
way.
not saying that.
Okay, I'm going back off, I just wanted to know.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer, you're done. We got time for maybe one more, anybody else? I'll get you out, I'll go you first. Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name's Becca Says, and I want to ask two questions. All right, I thought we voted for that 1 cent sales tax. That was to fix the courthouse. And that's the reason I voted for it.
Not this time, but the previous one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, if you'd have looked at that, and I was not on council at the time, but that doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, if you'd have looked at that question that was on your ballot, it had the remodel part, then under it, it had a thing on there saying, or to build another administrative building, of that nature, so it was on the actual, thing. I didn't per se care for it myself, and that's how it was listed on the ballot.
Another question I want to ask you too.
Yes, ma'am.
They remodeled the one down there in Wallenberg, but they didn't build this year, big building like this year. They took and remodeled there while the people was in there. So why did they build this and not go ahead and remodel that?
Like I said, I was not on council at that time, somebody was on my connection.
And people can't afford it, you know, that's,
What happened in Florida?
No, she's saying why we do it here.
they remodeled their courthouse and they didn't build no other building and they remodeled that whole courthouse down there. And the people still in the courthouse. Now the old thing built that courthouse to be joined. We just can't afford these taxes.
All right, we got time for one more before we move forward. Anybody else? Yes, sir, in the back.
You would, sir?
Please state your name, please state your name so we can have a
Frank
correct.
Ward,
Frank Ward.
W-A-R-D.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you for letting me speak to you. I'm new to the county, new to Bamberg. But one of the things and one of the reasons that I have found is some of the greatest people in the world are right here behind you. I said, Mr. Sweet and everything else, and he said, helped me out on many occasions here during the hurricane. And I was very thankful for that. And Mr. Clayton back here, I got the best honey in the whole place. And some of the stories and some of the common sense that I've heard around here would be the best thing for the government of the United States and any people in the world to understand and listen to. And I do salute you. But one of the things that I said just aggravates me to no end. I'm new to this county. And one of the things that aggravates me to no end is to hear that all this money is going out and there ain't no money coming in, people spending money like crazy, and you sit there and you don't do anything. Every one of you who came in here tonight, God bless you for coming up here to sit here, but you're sitting here and nothing's happening. And like I said, up here, I said, I am,
If I could just speak to us.
I'm
please.
sorry,
Thank you,
but
sir.
and I am appalled that that somebody would say to limit the amount of time that you and I can have something to speak in the United States. If somebody say that to me. But the thing of it is that, you know, every one of you, I don't know how you go home, take money and everything else and go home and sleep good, knowing that you are hating on, basically the word hating. You're hating on everyone in this audience here, everyone in this town. This is a great little town, great people, but it's dying. People are leaving. I just moved here. And hearing all this kind of stuff, I'm ready to leave myself. I came from Columbia and there was about 15 people that wanted to move to a town. And I would say, well, you know, maybe I'll go, you know, to talk to them. I wouldn't go back there and tell them to move here. I wouldn't, because, let me tell you, right here, right there, y'all are the gentlemen and ladies up in here, y'all aren't doing anything for these people. You ain't doing nothing for this county. You ain't doing nothing for this town. You're sitting here getting money, and what it hurting is the people behind me. They're hurting their pocketbook. And I mean, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to get money in taxes. It's a good thing to help people out. But it ain't happening in the right way in Bamberg County. And I love America, I love South Carolina, I'm a good South Carolina boy. But I tell you, I am embarrassed and appalled that y'all would treat somebody, the Reverend up here, as a good man, speaking good stuff. You won't talk to Mr. Sweet, that's good stuff. But for y'all to treat him and me and everybody else in this room like, I won't say it, You know, God told me not to say it. But you're treating us like that. And so the only way that you can do this and get away with it, to treat these people like that, and honestly, and I don't mean this, ladies and gentlemen, but somebody thinks you're stupid. They think you're stupid to sit here and let somebody walk all over you. You either stand up one of these days for something, or you stand for nothing.
Mr. Ward, again, if you'll speak.
I'm sorry. The people need to either stand up, or they stand for nothing. And then the one thing that's sad, I don't mean this, I don't know you, gentlemen. I don't know you. I just got here in this town. But I swear I love everybody, the common sense stuff and some of the stories that have been told around here. You talk to Mr. Sweet, that's great stuff. But then at what point in time, you help us out, you help them out, do the right thing, make Bamberg great again. You know, Bamberg Rising Corporation, I don't know what that is. That's a good thing, it's a good idea. It ain't happening. And the thing of it is, and I said, I don't know, I don't mean to be offensive on this. I don't. But is there a policy, is there a program, or is there something that these people can do to vote no confidence in y'all and get y'all removed and get somebody on this council that'll help this town out to rise again like it used to be? It ain't happening. I wasn't going to speak anything tonight. I wasn't going to say anything. But this gentleman right here, this minister, stand up speaking. This is good stuff. This is America. And we have the right to spend 3 minutes of our time or whatever to talk, and for somebody to say they're taking a limit. And I appreciate y'all vote. I know that, sir. I appreciate that and your decency in doing that, sir.
And I hope, Mr. Ward, you'll go with the same passion to the school district. Whether people want to hear it or not, when 64 cents out of every dollar goes to them, we collect about 22 cents to pay the bills that we do pay. I just hope people will look at your tax notice and realize that, yes, we may be a little higher than as well, but it's not just us. And I know you don't like a lot of those to teach at school. My wife teaches there. Thank God for the school. Thank God we got the best teachers in South Carolina.
Yes, sir. I'm a retired school teacher.
We got the best teachers in the state. I'll tell anybody that. But a lot of the money is going to schools. Denmark's building a new $49 million school. We spent over 40, I think, or 30 or whatever it was here in Bamberg. And those of that and everything else just kind of made a perfect storm almost to where we're at now.
Sir, can I ask you one question? I'm confused on some of this stuff. And I heard that they, up in Denmark, they got federal money and we did not get federal money?
No, we did get federal money for our schools, yes.
We did what, sir?
We got, you say for the school system?
I was confused on the building and the construction.
No, Bamberg got federal money. They got federal money as well. Yeah, they did.
So what you got to do with our money?
Yeah.
It wasn't,
No, definitely. We got a great superintendent and great school system, and they did, yes, sir.
well, please, sir, like I said, forgive me for my emotionalism. I wasn't going to speak tonight, but like I said, like I said, after talking to everybody here and seeing the gentlemen and ladies that here in this town and what y'all are is great people. And like I said, I hate to see this happen. I really do.
And I hope you'll get on some committees and boards and like try to help us out as well. If I get your name afterwards, we'd like to get you on somebody, because I can tell you got a passion.
But just one thing,
That'd be great.
and ma'am, Mr. Hammond, you said there are great ideas out here. There are great people, great ideas. And I said, how do you tap that? I don't know. And they said, but you do need to listen to them.
Oh, we do.
And then put some action in that listening and to make it a reality for Bamberg County.
And the action has to be two-way. They have to come, they have to get involved, and we have to make ourselves transparent. Okay? And that's how. We have to do it together. I haven't begun any other way.
It's a good thought.
You have great ideas.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan. All right, at this time, this time we're going to move forward with the meeting portion of the county council meeting tonight. We're in item F, or in public presentation. Under 1, consideration, presentation of the quarterly report from Southern Carolina Regional Development Alliance President and CEO, Mr. Danny Black. Welcome, Mr. Black.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kind of hard to follow all this.
I'm telling you, you got a lot to go after.
I might as well sit down. No, sir, I wanted to come tonight. It's time for the quarterly update, and I got assigned Bamberg County tonight to do that, and I'd like to run through that Basically, what I do is just go through 2018 and do where we are and that kind of thing. Any questions, I can try to do that. I will not go through, you have a written report, so I won't go through every item on here. But just understand, in 2018, we had 144 projects look at the 7 counties to the Southern Carolina Alliance. We carried over about 70 of those, and we picked up an additional 60. That totals the numbers that you see. Excuse me. Out of the 144 projects, we've won 12 that came down and looked at the area and decided to stay here. We closed out 88 for various reasons. They kicked us out, or we didn't meet their needs, etc. But if you take the numbers that actually came down, we won about 12% of all the projects that came in. That total amount wound up being $174 million investment and 696 jobs created in the area. So that's not a huge amount, quite frankly. It is for us in a smaller county. But if you compare that to past years, it runs pretty even. It's about the same numbers on average that we announced every year. Mr. Chairman, I'm just going to flip through these. I'm not going to go into everything. Capital investment, you can see the numbers there. Announcement projects and job creation, there's a few more jobs this year than it was last year. And to give you an idea, someone asked me the other day about why does it take so long to get a project to come in and locate in the region. We went back, King's still here, yeah, there she is in the back. She went back and averaged up all the things that we worked on at one, and just to give you an idea of how long these things take. Several of you are on our board, and you hear us talk about projects month after month after month. Well, it takes an average of about 9 to 12 months to get a project through the system. That's from start to finish, going through the incentives with the state, working out the details and permitting issues that come along. So you'll see the numbers that per operation came through, how many months it actually took. I'll just point out one, and I'm sure you heard a lot about it, the EOC Naturals operation, which is a pet food manufacturer that wound up in Charlotte in Alameda County. It took us 20 months. It's going to take us another 6 to 8 months to get them permitted. They're going through that permitting process now, and if you, and some of you do, you understand how food processing works. It takes 3 to 6 months just to get the permit from USDA to produce food. So these things can take 2 or 3 years, and that's not a big project.
Even for animals and things?
Yeah, well, actually, this is human grade pet food, which means that if I wanted to, you and I could eat one.
I'm good, thank you.
But it is very complicated, some of these folks that they have to go through to get their companies to come here. Just real quick on marketing, you can see on the outline, last year we talked to 163 companies directly. We talked to 50 site consultants all over the country and all over the world. That's a lot of talking. And we're out here selling our 7 counties to these people and letting them know what's going to be available and what they can get if they do come here. We did pick up a lot of agribusiness this past year. Some of you know there is great interest in agribusiness right now. We want to make sure we're capturing that market. We are a farming community, and we wanted to make sure that we touched on that. And we spent a lot of time and effort and partnerships in going out and selling there to farm-related activities. We also have done a lot of work with Volvo, really close to us. We've looked at all kinds of auto suppliers. Now go back to a famous lady that came from Bamberg, former governor, who used to be